And what is your problem with your neighbors? That turns into, well, not even your neighbors. And I'm gonna kill your dog and filet you versus Stephen Anthony Vasquez. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Gary Chirac for the defense.
And are you Mr. Stephen Vasquez?
I am.
Mr. Vasquez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand you and count two, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on count 1, waiving count 2. There's a $1,500 fine, probated, permanent finding of deadly weapon. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Daisy, D-A-I-S-Y, Deanda, D-E-A-N-D-A, Jonathan Pena, 5934 Valley Branch, and 5930 Valley Branch. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, anger management, regular UAs, and no possession of any weapons. Did you understand that? Those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations.
I do, Your Honor, but I'm a carpenter. I'm going to have certain items in my possession as far as tools.
Stephen will address that.
All right, did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding when sentencing?
Yes, Judge, we waive pretrial.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Nothing further, Judge. I would just ask that you follow the plea bargain agreement. There is one issue, though, Judge. He was residing in that house. That's, I think, the Valley View house. All his worldly possessions are there. He's agreed to stay away from it, but we do have to figure out a way for him to get his stuff out of there.
All right, can somebody deliver his property for him?
I don't know how much we're talking about. Stephen, how much are we talking?
Court order. It's bedroom says that it was me and my 3 sons who live in there. And I have to get through CPS. I have to make all the beds, everything, my tools. I've got sofas, I've got TV.
Well, no, let's back up a little bit. How old are your children?
11, 7, and 9.
And where's their mother?
MIA.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
Yes, they are.
And so the mother's MIA, why is she MIA? You're on mute.
She was a drug user.
All right. And how often have you used drugs?
I drink alcohol, Your Honor.
All right. So here's the thing. I don't do cookie cutter probations, right? So you have to tell me what your issues are so that hopefully I can give you the tools you need so you won't have those issues anymore. Now, what I have discovered in my life, because you're saying the children's mother's MIA, which means that all of the children have the same mother. Am I right in that assumption?
Correct.
You need to unmute, yes. So what that means is she didn't just start using drugs on the third child. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, she did, Your Honor. We were at Victory Outreach. We met in Victory Outreach. It was a Christian-based home. I turned my life for the better. We made 3 beautiful children, and she chose to continue using.
Okay, so that means if you turn your life over for the better, that means that you have previously used more than just alcohol. So what drugs were you using previously?
Smoke pot. I did a little recreational drugs. That was it, pot.
No,
It was pot and
you're not at Victory Outreach for doing recreational pot. You're not at Victory Outreach for doing recreational alcohol. So my question to you, if you want to say to me, hey, I'm super clean now, that's fine. But what I am asking you is what have you used in your past life? So we have alcohol,
cocaine.
we have
Cocaine.
marijuana, cocaine. What else do we have?
That's it. I've been clean for 13 years. I've taken care of my kids.
Let me ask you this. This is where we'll solve this problem. What is the children's mother using who is MIA?
I believe she's doing crack cocaine.
All right. And what is your problem with your neighbors? Well, not even your neighbors. You live at your father's house. So what is your problem with your father's neighbors?
I did a side job for her. I fixed her fence, and then the fence between us burnt down, and she thought I did it. I thought she did it, and it's been ugly. I left her alone, and she's been calling CPS.
Well, I don't know. That turns into a knife, and I'm gonna kill your dog and fillet you.
No, Your Honor. I was coming home, and her boyfriend came on my property. The video should be there.
Well, that's not your property. That's your father's property.
My father's property.
And Judge, if I may provide a little bit of clarification on, it's kind of an unusual situation. And I've disclosed all this to Mr. Churak as well. But this defendant's sister has been regularly contacting me. She's she's friends with the victim, the neighbor in this case, and she does not want her brother at the father's address at all. They've changed the locks. There's a lot of extras in this case. But that is why we have put the no contact order with both addresses.
Okay.
He's going to have to find another way to get his stuff. And I will confirm all of that with both the victim as well as his sister.
All right. So, Mr. Vasquez, where are your children now?
Right now, they're at my mother's.
Trazodone for sleep.
And you're telling me Child Protective Services is not involved?
Child Protective Services is involved.
All right. So how long has Child Protective Services been involved?
That's the one for schizophrenia.
Since
they
February.
know that's part of my schizophrenia. And they know
Since February of 2021?
That's
Yes,
what,
Your Honor.
yeah, Lance, yeah.
And who's your attorney on the CPS side?
Jamal Robane.
All right, so that tells me it's a legal case.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
All right,
So if you
when's the
wanted
last
to-
time you had full-time employment? And I don't mean doing side jobs. I mean actually full-time employment where you receive a paycheck so you can support your children.
6 years ago.
Yeah, I could have been having a, what do you call it, a psychotic episode.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
Or, you know.
No, Judge.
But I
Defense,
I
anything?
wasn't on my medicine.
Nothing further from the defense, Your
What's
Honor.
that?
All right, so this is what the court will order. As previously stated, the court is finding there's sufficient evidence of guilt. Court will follow your plea bargaining agreement. There should be a $1,500 fine that will be probated. 5 years deferred adjudication. 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you've obtained the COVID vaccination. The court is not forcing anyone to get the COVID vaccination, whether you get it or not, it's completely up to you. But if you do get it, the court will deduct 40 hours of your community service restitution. The court will not allow you to buy out remaining hours. There's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with Daisy, Deanda, Jonathan, Pena. There's to be parenting classes with compadre, compadre. And if Child Protective Services provides him with parenting classes and he completes those, then those will count towards those classes. There's to be CPS compliance, anger management, no possession of weapons. There's to be weekly Zoom reporting until further notice. I'm going to want the UA hotline because you're telling the court you have no drug issue. Is that correct, Mr. Vasquez?
That is, Your Honor.
All right, you're going to be on the UA hotline. Don't give me any positive UAs.
Absolutely not.
I'm going to want field visits 3 times per month, random. Have you been to prison before, Mr. Vasquez?
Negative.
No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Mr. Vasquez, your children can't eat off of you doing odd jobs. You're going to have to get a job so that they can eat. You understand?
I was doing very well, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor, I do appreciate your time.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Vasquez, here's the thing. You have 3 children. They're supposed to be looking up to you. Right now, you haven't given them a good example to follow. You can still change that by doing what needs to be done in CPS. I guarantee you, your mother does not want to be a mother to your children. She would rather just be a grandparent. So you're going to have to get your act together. And if you're not going to be in your children's lives, then it's best to cut out of their life right now instead of giving them false hope.
All right. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Happy belated birthday.
Oh, no, it's not belated. I celebrate the entire month, so we're all good.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. What's better, Grease 1 or Grease 2? I think Grease 2.
I'm older.
All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 4321, State versus Stephen Vasquez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Alexandria Box for the state.
Michael DeLeon for Mr. Vasquez.
Are you Mr. Vasquez?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Unfortunately, I did, Your Honor.
Well, unfortunately.
Well, I wish I didn't. I mean, if stupidity was a defense, I'd be here.
Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did review it.
All right. Are you the same Stephen Vasquez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 4321 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on November 15, 2021 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Stephen Vasquez, did then and there fail to report to the 187th District Court on August 1st, 2022, as directed by the court in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
All right. Again, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000
I
fine?
do, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is there a proposed agreement?
There is.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is to revoke and sentence him to 4 years.
That's our agreement, Your Honor. We asked the court to follow that. In addition, Mr. Vasquez would like to apologize to the court for admittedly messing up on his deferred adjudication, and he wants to take full responsibility.
All right. All right. And again, you're asking me to follow this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you waiving your right to appeal?
Absolutely, ma'am.
All right. The court will follow your agreement. The court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court will find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to 4 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with Deanda, Deanda. I'm sorry, it's Deanda. First name Daisy. Jonathan Pena, Pena. All right. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing from either side?
No, Your Honor, we thank the court for the court's time.
Oh, that's your copy.
Oh, okay.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am. And again, I do apologize for wasting the court time. It was a very big misunderstanding.
Oh, let me just tell you, this is never wasted the court's time. This is what I'm paid to do, okay?
Okay, and my mother watches you all the time, Sylvia Morgan.
All right. Tell your mom I said hi.
Well, she's probably watching.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Don't disappoint your mom anymore, okay?
I will not. Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.